Where is this thing? How are we going, guys? Ooh, sound. I think we're good. Where are we up to? Level 1. I haven't even set up today's stuff yet. So what is it? We're at 5th or 4th today? 5th. Alright, so let's see. Today, what I was actually what I've got for you guys, which I had a couple of people request for these types of questions, and I know that in the last year when we did this, we didn't actually do these types of questions. So I thought actually we might just spend this session doing like 2 or 3 these types of word questions. Particularly, I've written it down. I'm just going to try and see if I can try and get like a few more questions. Right, similar question. So just give me a second. If I can find the question. Where did it go? Alright, then that's fine. I'll just copy this, you stupid thing. So, MCAT. Here is question 1 today, folks. I want to get rid of all of this. It should link up quickly, but why is it not doing that? So we're going to be doing these types of questions today. I'm still waiting for the sync to happen. It will happen very shortly. Basically, I want to have a look at consecutive number questions and the divisibility kind of questions. So we'll maybe do about 4 or 5 of these types of questions. Just so that we can get out of the way, because this is something that's popped up quite recently. So I just want to kind of do a few of these types of questions, and then we can actually see how else we go after that. And after we finish that, if we've got a couple of more questions, then we can kind of work through it. So wow, there's a lot of chatter happening today. So as usual, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys like maybe 2 to 3 minutes to try and do this question. And then we would actually do, I'll actually work through the answers of it. All right. Now, remember, for these types of questions, you guys can't just give, like straightforward answers. So it's really important that you've actually got to show a bit of working on this. So, and if you don't know how to start it, don't stress too much. We'll actually go through it one step at a time. Missed all that. Yeah, Vishal, that's, I mean, I would kind of expect some of the questions to be like that. But it's just the consecutive one. I think last year there was like 2 of those kind of lot. So I just thought I'd just put that out there just to kind of show it. All right, I'm going to start working on this question. All right. So if you don't know how to start any of these things, like the first kind of understanding is what is the meaning of consecutive? Consecutive basically means that it's actually one after the other. All right. So you've got 3 numbers basically adding up to 33. And that's what that sum means. Now, we already know what the answer is. All right, I'm going to tell you guys right now. The answer is actually 10, 11, 12, because you can actually guess and check. If you guess and check 10, 11, 12, and then you basically say, okay, the third number is 12. The problem is you can't actually do that. Like, you can't just guess and check on this. You've got to show some sort of working. All right, so what we're going to do is, remember, we're going to put like something like this. We're going to say let x be the first number. All right, if x is the first number, then the second number is going to be 1 plus x. Or we can actually say let x plus 1 be the second number. And then if you look at the third number, now the third number is actually going to be x plus 2. So we're going to get x plus 2 as the third number. So now we've set up like a linear equation. So we've got the first plus the second plus the third equals to 33. So we can actually say x plus 1 plus x plus 2 equals to 33. Now what we're doing is we're actually combining the three like terms, and we're going to get 3x, and of course we've got the 1 and 2 to make plus 3, and all of this is equal to 33. So at this point what you need to do is just kind of rearrange. So you've got 3x equals 33. Now the positive 3 when it comes to this side is minus 3, and we're left with 3x is equal to 30, and then x is equal to 30 divided by 3. And so what you get at this point is you've got x is equal to 10. So what it's telling is that the first number is 10. So if we look at the third number, then we can kind of say third number is x plus 2. So we're going to get 10 plus 2, and then, did I say 10 plus 2? Yeah, 10 plus 2, so it's going to be 12. Grades wise, I'm thinking this is probably going to be like achieved. Maybe, would it be merit? Or they might, if they add like a second kind of thing, maybe it might be a merit because it's finding the third number. I don't know. I'm thinking more like achieved merit. Arman, yeah, like you want to be able to solve it algebraically. You don't want to do any kind of guessing and checking. Tom Tippy, you're looking at 3 questions for achieved. I don't think it was 10, 1, 2, Maya. I think it was 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so we're gonna do another one of this type of question. No. I think you can, Sarah, but I wouldn't risk it. Like, trust me. Like, you know, when you get to those merit questions, you don't want to be guessing and checking. You just want to try and work through it right, the right way. Jaden, that could be a possibility. Liam, I think I've done that before, but today we're just going to focus on this kind of problems. All right, I'm going to put up another question. Just hoping it's going to copy the right way. All right, before I move on, anything, how did you get to 10, 11, 12? Because I said that let x be the first number. So when I actually figure out that x is the first number, that tells me that x is equal to 10. And if it's 10, then my next number is going to be 11, and the next number is going to be 12, and so on. Right, let's have a look at the next type of question that they could ask, guys. And the next type of question is something like this, where they say product of 2 consecutive numbers is 20. Find the sum of the 2 consecutive numbers. Yeah, true. It's a bit annoying with the amount of chat happening. There's only one thing to do about it. You gotta use. Hang on. All right, guys, just because of I can't actually kind of keep up with the chat there, I am going to put on slow mode, which is going to frustrate a few of you guys, but it is just what it is. So now I'm not banning anybody, just there's some people that are trying to ask questions, but I'm trying to keep track of the questions. Is a bit hard. So if you are going to use chat, it's literally going to be like 120 seconds. Good luck. Use that message very wisely if you have a question. It's always funny when we do that. There's always one guy, right? First. Cool. So this particular question, what I'm going to do is I'll actually do one question for you guys, and then I'm going to get you guys to try and actually answer this. See, like, it's just trying to help people, but it's like sometimes it can get a bit crazy with the amount of chat. But let's do this one, and then what I'll do is I'll probably just unpause that slow mode. I hate using slow mode because sometimes people have questions and they just want to get rid of it. So anyway, let's actually go through this one. Now, we've got two consecutive numbers that actually product of it is 20. So when they say product is actually multiplied, right? Sum is addition. So if we say x be the first number, and then you've got x plus 1 will be the second number. So with that in mind, when we do products, we're actually multiplying both of these two numbers. So we're going to go x times x plus 1, and then we can say that the product is equal to 20. So those two numbers are getting multiplied, and then they're going to equal 20. So what we have here is we've actually got a quadratic equation. So expand the brackets. We're going to get x squared plus 1x equals 20. So then what we can say is x squared plus 1x minus 20 equals to 0. All right, so all I've done is that I've moved that positive 20 from the right hand side, and I moved it over to the left hand side. Ninja cubing, thank you, but appreciate it. Look after that money, man. Look after that money for yourself. Don't worry about me. I'm all good here. So the next part is what we've got is what do you do when it's product? William, product basically means you're multiplying. So when they say product of two numbers, basically means that those two numbers are getting multiplied by each other. Oliver, that's correct, because you can actually have positive or negative, because I didn't say that it's positive. I didn't say that there were positive numbers, all right? So then we've got to factorize this. So we've actually got two numbers that multiply to negative 20 and add up to positive 1. So we've got x plus 5, x minus 4. So we can say that x plus 5 equals to 0, or x minus 4 is equal to 0. In the first case, we get x equals to minus 5. In the second case, we get x equals to 4. So straight away, we've actually got the x, which is the first number. You've actually got two possible answers, because you could either have negative 5 or 4. Now, if you have negative 5, then your consecutive number after negative 5 is negative 4. But if you have a consecutive, like if you have positive 4, then your consecutive number would be 5. Hope that makes sense with what I've just shown you guys there, because there's actually two answers you could get. Because if you think about it, 4 times 5 is positive 20. Minus 4 times minus 5 is also positive 20. So when you look at the sum of the two numbers, 4 plus 5 is 9. Negative 4 plus negative 5 is negative 9. So the sum is going to be 9 or negative 9. So that's pretty much what we have to do for this answer. George, we will be doing one of those questions as well. Yeah, the divisibility question. Tom, I'm not sure how you got minus 3 somewhere. I'm guessing you might have made a rearrangement mistake. Now this particular question, I would probably put that as, I'd probably put that as a merit there, Amelia. I wouldn't go into like an excellence. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they might put it as an excellence. Not sure. Tui, in the, I'm thinking you're probably asking somewhere here. You always put, you always rearrange it so that x is by itself. Therefore, it actually becomes, yeah, you put it equal to 0 and you've got to minus the answer. Yeah, that's pretty much what I think you're asking. What would you not swap the negative and positive symbols? When would you not swap? Jack, I'm not fully understanding that question. Mark, no, you can put 1x instead of x, that's fine. I don't get this, why 9? Because 9, I'm hoping I've actually explained it to you. Sorry, Arman, I just kind of got carried away with the writing. I should have actually done it in blue. Give me a second. There you go, to keep you happy. No, I agree. Look, I mean, I think that's pretty much why because I can't actually help people out without it. So let's go 30 seconds, eh? Ninja cubing, you really gotta. Thank you, Ninja Cube, but Ninja cubing, but you know, it didn't really need to. All right, guys, I've changed it to 30 seconds so that we can actually look at some questions without the spamming. I'm confused what you do after you've solved for x. Bella, your x is your first of your consecutive numbers. So what I did was, once I grabbed my two possible numbers, I went back to the top here and I actually put in the two options that I could get. So I could get -5 or +4. Those are my two answers I could get. But if they're consecutive numbers, I get 4 and 5 or -5 and -4. Jamie, I think 896, I think it was, once I hit. It was insane. Yeah, that's right, Tui, sorry. I know what you're asking now. You always make it into a quadratic, so you have one of the sides to be equal to 0. Oh, Arman, what I did in the red was this. I actually went I did this. I took -5 and -4 and I multiplied it, which gave me 20. So, and then I added the two things to give me what the sum is, which is -9. When it was +4 and +5, when I multiply it, I get 20. But when I add it, I actually get 9. So that's how I know the sum of the consecutive numbers is either +9 or -9. Luke, that's, yep, you're pretty much on that, right? Consecutive basically means that you go x plus 1, x plus 2, and so on. George, I am. Jasmine, Kaylee, like, look, don't like I said, with the MCAT, it's like, you know, those mock exams tend to be quite challenging. So they purposely make some of the questions really tough. So it's just to kind of make you work through it. Look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys another question like this, just so that we can. Harris, you didn't need to, buddy, but honestly, you did not need to do that. But thank you so much. But seriously, guys, I keep saying this every single time, but you guys never listen to me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys another question, all right? Just so that we can kind of get the hang of this this one here. Product of two consecutive. I'm going to change it up a little bit. Or should I change it up? Nah, I'll give you one easy and then I'm going to change it up. I'm not going to do that. Product of two consecutive numbers is find the sum of the two All right, let me see. I'm just going to throw another question for you guys. It's very similar, right? It's a very similar question. And I'm just hoping that you guys can kind of get the hang of these types of questions. Oh, what? I go away and people are putting, what is this? Ninja cubing, what are you doing? Uncle's best friend passed that gap because of you. What was Felix's question? I kind of missed it because I was just setting up this question here and I completely missed Felix's question. Sorry, Felix, what was your question? Gotta go back to have a look at it. Wait, thought I saw it. Star, I did talk to a couple of guys yesterday, and I said, you know, love to visit. Alexander, I'm not sure. I haven't actually seen an exam question in about a few years, so I probably wouldn't be able to answer that. Oliver, you've got to do that one extra step. I think -6 or 5 is correct, but you got to keep going with that. Oh, Anna, I think he sent it to my old email address. Like I'm at a different school now, so I've got a different email. -11 or 11, we're starting to get right. Jasper, oh man, come on, Jasper. Why do we do this to ourselves? I need yeah, it's all right. Look, we're just gonna get on. But thank you, Jasper. Thank you. You don't need to. Tom Tippy, we're gonna do that later on. I think I've already not later on. I've already done a few of those questions. But it's just the word questions to try and kind of generate them has been like a super painful. But yeah, let's go through this question. So we're going to go with x as the first consecutive number. Then x plus 1 is your second consecutive number. And this is pretty much the same thing, guys. We're going to get x multiplied by x plus 1 is equal to 30. And then we're going to get x squared plus 1x is equal to 30. We're going to get x squared plus 1x minus 30 is equal to 0. Factorize it. Oh, thank you, Ellie. We got x plus 6, x minus 5 is equal to 0. So our two answers are going to be x is equal to, I'm kind of jumping the gun here. We've got x plus 6 equals to 0, or x minus 5 is equal to 0. So we're going to get x is equal to minus 6 or x is equal to positive 5. Now, if we have -6 as one of the numbers, then the next consecutive number is going to be -5. So -6 times -5 is equal to 30. So that's fine. -6 plus -5 is equal to -11. So that's one of my answers. My next answer, I've got 5 and 6. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 plus 6 is positive 11. So my two answers are going to be 11 and minus 11. So that's my two answers that we're actually looking for in this type of question. Raid, I'm not sure. I think you'll. I don't know. I actually am not sure at all because all my old papers that I have is like I've literally kind of been just. I think I just screenshotted it. George, thank you so much. You didn't need to, but I appreciate it. Tom Tippy, do you have to give both answers or just one? Tom, definitely you got to give both answers because unless it says positive consecutive numbers, then you stick to the positive ones. Otherwise, it's you've got to give both the answers. How do you factorize? You've got to factor. Yeah. So how do you factorize? I think I've got a playlist set for that. Just have a look through that. Alexander, generally they make practice papers a little bit more tougher than the other ones. Luke, you can get subtraction. Is the product like times and the consecutive is like how many x plus? Yeah, Raymond, product basically means it's multiplied. Sum means addition. Difference is minus. So it's just something, some of those words worth remembering. I'm going to try and pull up another question because I know that are the first two numbers, things x and x plus 1, always the same. 2e, pretty much 2e, because anytime you have consecutive numbers, it's always going to be x, which is the unknown, and then x plus 1. Now, in saying that, I'm going to rewrite another question for you guys, and let's see if this one actually kind of makes sense for you guys. The sum of... Hang on, let me go put this up here. Sorry, I'm just kind of doing this in my hands. Just to make things a little bit more different, guys. What about when we get to a question like this? Okay, I've got two more questions like this. So this time I'm actually saying the sum of 3 consecutive odd numbers is 21. Now, when you get to these types of questions, when you got like 3 consecutive odd numbers, 3 consecutive odd numbers. Now, if you think about odd numbers, I was talking to, what was this, Tui and a few other people that kept asking, you know, is it always x and x plus 1? If it's consecutive numbers, so think about it like this. If it's consecutive numbers, then we do something like 1, 2, 3, and so on. If we do consecutive odd numbers, you kind of need to go like 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on. So now with consecutive numbers, you will do something like this: x, x plus 1, x plus 2, and so on. But when you do odd numbers, and again, I see a couple of people that actually put 2n minus 1. My suggestion is you could actually say x is equal to the first odd number. And if x is the first odd number, the next odd number is going to be x plus 2. And the next odd number after that is going to be x plus 4. So that's the clue I'm going to give you guys, and I'm going to give you guys about maybe one minute to maybe solve this question. I can see the answers coming up slowly, but try and see if you can write this as a straight line equation and then try and solve it. Maz, you don't have to pay anybody. Like, I don't know where you guys getting this. Just let me know like a few times and I'll see if I have a non-contact, and then I'll come during my free period. Right. I'm not sure about the other subjects, but what you can do is there is a way to type in the. I'll show you guys at the end of this video how to get some of the older papers. Tom, that one I definitely can't come during my free period. Cannot fly down to Gisborne. George, no, I don't, man. Like, I don't have access to any. I've never had access to any of these papers. It's just like I just make up questions and go. No, I think I've seen this type of question before. I don't know where I've seen it. Hey, Amelia, I'm actually coming to Tauranga in a couple of weeks' time. I think it's going to be 21st. 21st September, making a little trip down there during the daytime. Ria, yeah, no, I know Mr. Ricciardi from a long way back. Good man. Cooper, the last 3 exams, I'd actually suggest you to go and have a look through it. Oh man, I'm missing Tauranga Boys College. Jeez, at this rate, I'm gonna come just visit schools. Now I'm just coming for a day trip to Tauranga. Vishal coming to Valley in end of year actually for an end of year trip. Anyway, guys, look, I'm gonna actually try and work through this question. I'm gonna so miss all these chat questions on the side, but like, so we've got 3 consecutive numbers that add up to 21. So you've got x plus 2, x plus 4, and all of this is equal to 21. So combine our 3, collect our like terms, which is 3x. 2 and 4 makes 6. This is equal to 21. So 3x is equal to 21. Take away 6. 3x is equal to 15. And then what we've got x is equal to 15 divided by 3. And then x is equal to 5. So now this is actually telling us that's the first odd number. So 5 is the first odd number. So if the 5 is the first odd number, the next odd number after that is 7. And then the third odd number is going to be 9. So we just kind of put down third odd number is 9. Now you wouldn't do x plus 3, Raymond, because your odd numbers are actually going up in 2s. So you can't really have x plus 3, because if you have an odd number and if you add 3 to it, it would actually become an even number. Jack Lock, if you take x as your odd number, the moment you do x plus 1 straight away becomes into an even number, because you know how you go odd, even. And so when you do like x plus 3 after that, you're still going to get an even number. Is this merit? Yeah, I would probably think it's a merit because it's actually asking for that. Vishal, you can do that. You can actually do x plus 1, x plus 3, x plus 5. It doesn't matter. As long as your final answer ends up being 9, it will still work, because you're just saying that x is slightly different. Well, how do we know x is equal to 1? We don't. Ellie, we don't know x is equal to 1, and I think that's why we do 3 consecutive odd numbers. What I'm saying is x is the first odd number. If you look at it, I'm not saying that x is 1. I'm actually saying x is the first odd number. Now, Citizen, if you did 2x plus 1, did you do something like this? Did you actually go 2x plus 1, and then your next number should have been 2x plus 3, 2x plus 5. If you did that, that should work. but it's slightly, yeah, it slightly works different one. LLN, I've actually not thought about that. Like I've got a learning advisory group. But hang on, before I do that, I want to put up a question which I did with, where is it? Consecutive number question, right? Here you go. I've got this next question coming up. Similar question. How complex do we want this next question? Do you guys want an easy one, or do you guys want to go straight to an excellence one? Yeah, nice. That's the spirit. Because I'm telling you guys, even if this is an excellence question, you can actually do enough to get to a merit. So, consider 3. Right, here we go. I'm going to try and put this in here because I reckon this will probably be the last question for the night, guys, because this is quite a big question. Okay, so with this question, yes, TUI, you can still get achieved on this question. You can still get merit on it. So please, guys, if you do get a question like this, do not leave it empty, all right? Try and think about all the things that we've talked about today. See how many of the things that you can actually put in there, and then see whether you can actually get some sort of equation set up. Citizen, on the side, I'm just going to work this on the side because that was 21, right? So I'll leave the question up here. So when we add up all of this, we're going to get 6x plus 9 equals 21. 6x is equal to 21, take away 9. 6x is equal to 12, and then x is equal to 2. So now for our third number is 2x plus 5. So you've got 2 times 2 plus 5, which equals to 9. Did I read that right? I know I was kind of like skipping through some of the conversations. Jamie, is it true what you just wrote? I mean, I thought I was going to be like the celebrant for their wedding and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm honestly lost here. Do we need to put slow mode on again? I can't even remember the guy asked that question. I hope I actually answered that question. Guys just get seriously distracted, eh? Cool. in saying that, I think we need to put like a little time limit on, just because I need to actually go through this question, and I need people to kind of stick with me on this. So what is it, 120 seconds? Yeah, let's do 120. There we go. Silence. All right, so for this question, there's always one person that does this. Nell, I think you literally wait for the chat to go on slow mode just to go first. So what have we learned so far? We've actually learned so far is this, right? I want to go through this question, guys, because then I'm gonna call it a night. It's been a bit crazy today. I reckon, Rio. I reckon. So here we've actually got 3 consecutive odd numbers. Now it says if you square each of these odd numbers and then subtract 9 from each square, the resulting values, will it be consecutive multiples of 5? So Christopher, yes, it is an excellent question. Archie, no, this is going to be my last one. After this, I'm going to go, I need to go chill out a little bit. So 3 consecutive numbers, we're going to do it like this. We're going to say x is the first consecutive number. Then x plus 2. Now, notice how I'm actually not writing consecutive odd number. So x plus 2 is going to be the second one. Then x plus 4 is going to be the third one. Now what it's saying is that if you square each of these odd numbers and then subtract 9 from each square, will the resulting values be consecutive multiples of 5? So what we're doing is we're going to square it first. So we've got x squared. Then we've got x squared plus x plus 2 squared plus x plus 4 squared. And then it says then subtract 9. God, I hope I did not pick up a ChatGPT question that's not going to work out. And then subtract. I might have actually consecutive. Okay, that's cool. No, I think I'll be all right with this. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is the question's asking, will the resulting values be consecutive multiples? Before we get to that, what we got is we've got 3 of these values. We're gonna square it, but we're gonna subtract 9 from each of them. No. I'm not doing even numbers, Anish. What I've actually said is that I've actually said x is the first odd number. So think about it like this. If you have like 11 as your first odd number, then 13 would be your second odd number, because you're going 11 plus 2 is 13. And then 15 would be your third odd number, which is that x plus 4. Okay, so with that in mind, we can actually kind of work this out. So x squared minus 9. Then we've got x plus 2 squared, which is going to be... But are we doing the sum though? That's the question. Or are we doing the difference? If you square each of these odd numbers and then subtract 9 from each square. I think I might have written the question wrong here, guys. Yeah, no, I'm just looking at this one would be x squared plus 4x plus 4 minus 9. This one would be x squared plus 8x plus 16 minus 9. But I think I might have actually written the question wrong. Consider 3 consecutive odd numbers. If you square each of these odd numbers, which I have, and then subtract 9 from each square. Subtract 9 from each square. Yeah, that's all looking good. And then figuring out whether these values are consecutive multiples of 5. So what if I do this then? What if I go x squared plus 4x? Okay, let's just simplify this first. So here I'm going to get x squared plus 4x minus 5. This is x squared plus 8x plus 7. And this is still x squared minus 9. Now it says if you square each of these odd numbers and then subtract 9 from each square, will the resulting, if you square, oh, this is, I'm not convinced with this question. Will the resulting, nope. I've done something wrong with this question. Done something wrong with this question. Either that or I've actually copied the words, I've missed some sort of words. Now random, even if you factorize here, which leads you to find 3 consecutive odd numbers, I don't think you actually find any kind of odd numbers. Oh, you're welcome. Well, I'm surprised I actually caught your comment in there, Mr. Wilson. Good to see you here. Sorry, and I have put that on slow mode because it just goes a bit crazy. Guys, look, I think this question, I've copied it somewhere wrong because I'm missing a particular part of this question. Because it says if you square each of these odd numbers, which I've actually done, so this is this part here. Each of these odd numbers, if you square it, which I've done here, then I need to subtract 9, which I've also done. So this is all of those things. Will the resulting values be consecutive multiples of 5? So I guess the question's asking, are these 3 things multiples of 5? So how do I know that if they are multiples of 5? Like, how do I know that? So say, for example, if something is, if I subtract the 2 values, if I get a difference of 5, then I can say it's multiples of 5, can't I? Because if you think about it like this, say if this is like multiples of 5, so this is what I'm talking about, consecutive multiples of 5. So that means each of those red circles, they're like multiples of 5. So that means the first red circle plus the second red circle is going to be 5. The second red circle plus the 5 is going to be the third red circle, because it's literally saying it's got to be multiples of any multiples of 5. So it could be, and the only way we can figure it out is if the difference between the 2 numbers happens to be plus 5. So if I take the second one and the first one and I subtract it, so I'm going to do x squared plus 4x minus 5 minus x squared minus 9. Now if I do that, I get x squared plus 4x minus 5 minus x squared plus 9. Get rid of the x squareds, and what I'm getting here is 4x plus 4. And then if I look at the next one, this is going to be number 3. So if I do 3 minus 2, I've got x squared plus 8x plus 7. Take away x squared plus 4x minus 5. And when I expand this, I'm going to get minus x squared minus 4x plus 5. Those two cancel. and I end up with 4x plus 12. Now here's the thing, if they were multiples of 5, those numbers have to equal the same, right? They've got to be like increasing by 5. Now in this case, both of those numbers, we're getting 4x plus 4, and then the other one we're getting 4x plus 12. So you can't really say that. I mean, I could simplify it further. I'm going to get 4 times x plus 1. Here I'm going to get 4 times x plus 3. And I can kind of see that it's not really related. Like, what am I going to say? Because they both have a common factor of 4. They don't actually have a common factor of 5. And because you don't actually have a common factor of 5, you can say that they're not going to be multiples of 5, but rather they're going to be multiples of 4, really. Right. Now, I know that there's probably like a ton of questions there. I'm afraid to actually take off slow mode, but I need to. Just because I need to try and kind of answer some of your guys' questions. So guys, look, if you can just kind of ask questions just related to this question, I'd really appreciate it. I know there's a lot of different chatter happening here. So if you do 2x plus 1, will it be the same? Pretty much, Amelia, you're going to end up with that same thing. Whoa, I just missed. I'm going to do this one question at a time. DJ, I might actually see if I can do this question separately, and then I'll actually put see if I can upload it, because this one was a bit of a pain to kind of try and answer. Nell, looking at your question, it could be a common multiple of 4 and 5, right? No, Nell, I think it is a common multiple of 4. It does not have a 5 at all. Now, if it did have a 5, you probably could extract the 5, and then you can kind of say it's a multiple of 5. I missed a whole lot of questions again. I can't. There's this. Yeah. Phantom, you can actually use 2x plus 1, but you could also use x because it's you're doing it like odd numbers. So when you do it odd numbers, I'm actually saying x is the first odd number. That's why I can go x is the first odd number, then x plus 2 is the second odd number. Would they write it like this for you to check? Kaylee, I'm not sure what that question meant. Asher, too easy for that one. Tom Pinto, no, you can't get low merits or excellence. It doesn't work like that. Evan, there's heaps of practice questions that you can have a look at, and you'll be fine. You just need to get 3 questions correct. I missed a whole lot of questions. If x equals to 2, 4x plus 2 equals 10. No, but remember, Nell, x can't be 2 because x has to be an odd number, Nell. So you can't really put x equals to 2 because I actually said that x is going to be an odd number. Vanch, it actually says at the question, if you square each of these odd numbers and then subtract 9. So you've got to subtract 9. So that's why I'm doing that minus 9. So 3 questions to pass. Oh man, this is too many questions. Anmar, what you can do is you can actually do it with 2x plus 1, but what you're going to do is you're going to have a lot of terms that's going to start popping up. So just the expansion itself is going to be like super crazy to try and expand all of that. Can x ever be the first consecutive even number? Raymond, yes, you can get x as the first even number, because then the next consecutive even number would be x plus 2, x plus 4 and onwards. Why do I change the minus 9 to plus 9? It's because minus times x squared is minus x squared. Negative times negative 9 is positive 9. Yeah, Ella, it's basically from talking too much. Hence, some pineapple juice helps with the voice. No worries, Pinto. Tom, it's all good. Raid, yes, you can get 3 excellence answers, but the trick is trying to find the 3 excellence questions. Can you just get 3 excellence answers? Oh no, I've already answered that. Rio, that's very thoughtful of you. But look, I'm sure you're gonna keep yourself busy with all of that. So, nah, it's all your luck, my friend. Your luck. Nah, Evan, it's just getting to September, end of September, or like middle of September, I start getting sick because of just not looking after myself. Ali, I think they're talking about just the numbers in the red circle. They've got to actually be multiples of 5. So that means it's like, does it go up in 5s? Because if you think about multiples of 5, you know, like you're going to get like 45, 50, 55. They're going up in 5. So what you want to try and prove is that those 3 red circles, are they going to be increasing by 5? Guys, that's our questions today. So I'm pretty much done for the night. So I appreciate all the little shout outs, and I know it was a bit more crazy today with just the amount of chat that always kind of happens. But I'll try and answer as many questions before I can actually take off. Can you show us where to get past exam papers? I can. Past exam papers. I'll actually put a link up for you guys so that you can actually have a look at it. So past exam paper, I can't even pin it because it's just going too fast. Yeah, Anmar, I'll have a look at it, alright? I'll have a look whether I can actually make a little video for it. Mark, no, I don't do online tutoring at all, Mark. How do you even slow these questions down? Vishal, we're back on Thursday. No, I don't actually have the 2023 paper. Sorry, Nell, I'm trying to read your question, but it's like disappearing. So Nell, if it's 7, right? What about 9? Like, because 9 is your next odd number. And if you do 9 squared is 81. 81 take away 9 is only 72. So you can see that it's not always going to be multiple of 5. Tommy, Tom Tippy, we're probably going to go back to one of our exam questions. Alex, thank you for that. Yeah, or actually, yeah, Alexander Boosters, thank you for that, man. Appreciate it. So guys, if you do want to go and download the old questions, this is a little trick that will work. Let me just show you guys. This was Pogba. Where are we at? This was yesterday when we were doing this. Right, here we go. So here, what you've got is basically when you click on a particular paper, so you might see that if the paper is actually not there, what you could do is just at the top here, just replace those two with the year levels, and then you should be able to kind of get that to work out. So that's like a good little way to try and have a look at the videos, not the videos, the old questions. So if you do want to get the old questions, then you could actually do it that way as well. Mark, yeah, I'm a teacher, man. I teach down at Ormiston Junior College. I'm not a tutor. No. I just do this for a bit of fun because I enjoy doing these questions. Not sure, Connor, how to answer that question. Yeah, alternative one. This is just usually during level 1, because it's like by level 2 and level 3 people are a little bit more relaxed and then kind of like just come and do the work. But here it's like full on craziness. Vishal, no. Normally after the MCAT, I kind of just do other things. So I have like level 3 and level 2 streams. Level what is it? What are we doing? I think this week we've got level 3 tomorrow and then level 1 on Thursday. Yeah, Anmar, we do level 3 calculus tomorrow. And flick an email to me at, I think my email address is at the bottom of the description. Just ask them to email me there, and then we can just go from there. Alian, we're doing level 3 differentiation. Jeez. Yeah, nah, it's too much chat. I can't keep up, guys. I honestly can't keep up. But look, all I want to say is keep practicing those papers, and I will catch you guys on Thursday. It is. All right. Take care, and I'll see you Thursday. Bye. Yeah, slow mode next time for crazy. For sure.